It's your boy, the one Joey V.
This is Boss Dog Cigar.
This is Quentin Moore chilling in the Cigar Lounge. Have a drink with your boys and tune in. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's your local hero. Here, my co-host.
B1, aka the Altar. Bring your problems to me.
Leave your shit over there. All right, now before we get into it, B, what you got over there, man?
Honestly, today I am not prepared. I actually don't have any sticks around me, so I'm just drinking some water. And yes, I know I'm smoking a square.
This smoking. I got me some larceny, and I'm smoking. I'm cleansing my palate, so I'm smoking a Cuba. Gotta get my palate cleansed for tonight, I guess. So I'm on Facebook, and somebody posed the question: Who has the better discography? They said T.I. or Jada. Now I'm like, is the locks included? But even without the locks, I'm gonna say Jada. His comment toward me was, "You need 3 classic albums for you to be in the top 10." I said, "Word." I said, "So Big ain't in the top 10, Pun ain't in the top 10, Big L ain't in the top 10. I can keep going about rappers that's not in the top 10. I can go with rappers who got who got a few classics, and they not in my top 10. The Game has a few classics. The Game is not in my top 10. So that poses the question for today's episode.
Yeah,
what makes a top 10 rapper?
See, for me, to be in my top 10, your music has to be impactful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it has to have some sort of impact.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just me. I didn't think you'd be back this soon. Like I said, that's just me and the way I feel. Because I mean, like really, when we talk about classic MCs, you think about people you gonna remember, like memorable people. So I think if you don't have music that people can really get down to, and I mean not even really just dance, but you know, something that people can't connect to, it's gonna be hard for people to remember you. You know what I'm saying? Like you got people like Camp Lo. I fuck with Camp Lo. I like Camp Lo. But I don't know if I would really put Camp Lo in the top 10, only because honestly, past Lucchini, what other songs do you know from Camp Lo? I mean, like nobody 5-10 years from now. Hell, we ain't talking long term. We talking 5-10 years from now. Hell, right now, if you say Camp Lo, most people gonna be like, who? Like you'd have to actually sing the song for them to know who you talking about. But if you say Kendrick Lamar, you ain't got to say shit else but Kendrick Lamar. They know exactly who you talking about. You say J. Cole, they know exactly who you're talking about. You say Big Pun, they know who you're talking about. Pac, Biggie, these are people, they know what you're talking about, and they know the songs. You know, they know more than one song. Mm-hmm. So, like, for me, that's like my really only big criteria for that. Like, it has to be something that's remembered.
Okay. Well, for me, of course, as you said, longevity. You got to be, people got to be playing that song for years, and impact, of course, because these new rappers, even though that stupid ass shit that that T-Pain said, when he's like, these new rappers that kill Pac lyrically, it's crazy because right now, Pac died in '96. I was a freshman in high school when Pac died. People are still comparing themselves to Pac right now. People are still trying to be the next Tupac.
Yeah.
You know, so just that longevity, like in 5 or 10 years, are we gonna say, oh yeah, you know, Lil Yachty and Lil whatever the fuck they name, Lil Pistol Starter, whoever the fuck we talking about? Oh man, they changed the game, man. They switched. They did it. No, we not. I'm not gonna say no. They might change their flow. I don't know. But with the way they rap now, I can't see people 5, 10 years from now even mentioning these kids. Matter of fact, they barely mention them now. Only people mention them really is the hardcore fans. Just
Yeah.
want to be honest. And I don't think you have to. Here's the thing: I don't think you necessarily have to drop 3 classic albums. That's somebody's criteria, and that's what you want to go by. That's cool because there's a
Nah.
lot of rappers that haven't dropped 3 classic albums yet. They're legendary. I'm not gonna put Easy in my top 10, but Easy is legendary. They started this gangster shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
True.
And Easy didn't write his own shit. So do we put Ice Cube in? Do we put Ice Cube in there twice? You know what I'm saying?
I guess I do have something other than just the longevity. I would have to say, for me, it's not just that your music is memorable, but you got to actually say something. There needs to be a message there. Like, I mean, honestly, yeah, maybe it's just because I'm old. I'll admit it, I'm old. Maybe it's just because I'm old, but I'm tired of hearing rappers talk about how much money they got, how many hoes they fucking. So what? Like, everybody doing that. So, like, what is it?
And bam, we rock Ice, bling bling. we got him too, baby. We got him too, baby.
Just saying, like, what are you supposed to take away from that? Okay, you telling me you got all this money, but yet you ain't doing shit with this money but blowing it. You know what I'm saying? You got 50 million around your wrist. But yet your family's still struggling.
I'll see you. You got 50 million around your wrist, so I'll see you tonight.
Now, you know what I mean, though. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You got all this ice. You so busy on Instagram and Snapchat, TikTok, and all this social media shit, flashing all these stacks, you know what I'm saying, all these stacks of money.
Follow us on IG.
But what is you doing with that money? Like, I mean, it's not good enough to just have the money. And now I'm not, by no means am I saying that, you know what I'm saying, you made this money, you're supposed to just go give it all away. You know, you're supposed to do charity for everybody. Nah, but I'm saying, like, the same hood you made it out of, have you went back to try to better that hood? Like, try to make anything better? Have you built a house? Have you donated $1 to one of the nails going to a new house?
I can't say that. And the reason why I can't say that is because we expect too much from rappers and singers and actors and all that shit. Like, they provide a service, we pay them for it, and that's how they live. They don't really owe us shit. But no, let me just.
I'm not saying they owe you anything.
No. Let me finish this one. I think people expect more from rappers than they do their own fucking politicians. Like, everybody's saying, like, for instance, Elon Musk. We're gonna get back to the subject, everybody. But this is me going off on a side quest. Everybody talking about Elon Musk, he could cure hunger. And he was like, well, present me the plan and I'll do it. But the fact that everybody's looking at Elon Musk to do that instead of looking at your own government just says, like, how they have tricked us into believing that because these people are rich, they owe somebody. They don't owe you shit. That's just being honest and the truthfulness of it. But I feel as though if you made it, you don't have to come back and donate. But what I think you should do at the very least is find you some type of apprentice, find you a newcomer, put somebody on. If you put somebody on and you tell them put somebody on and they put somebody on and they put, and so forth and so on, you could make more of an impact than you can just building somebody a house and giving it to them, or, you know what I'm saying? Or just saying, here go this. I mean, the Boys and Girls Club would benefit them, but if you could put somebody else on, and then they could put somebody else on, and then they could put somebody, and so forth and so on, you can create enough wealth around you where all y'all can go back to the hood and put something up, rather than you just saying, okay, I'm gonna put this one store up, like how Nipsey did it. Nipsey was putting everybody on though, but Nipsey built his store. Now imagine if Nipsey would have said, hold off on this store. I'm finna drop all these motherfuckers before me because I know I'm gonna sell. I'm finna drop Pac-Man. I'm finna drop OT. I'm finna drop all these people. I'm finna drop all these artists, and I'm gonna do cleanup. You know, they're the what the fuck they call it? What they call it in the batting average? Are they the lead off? I'm finna send the lead off out. I'm gonna send all these guys out, and then I'm gonna do cleanup, and then you help them get platinum, and then you say, okay, so I'm finna buy this whole strip. I'm finna put my clothing store here. Motherfucker like, hey yo, I like to cook. I can cook. Okay, you put a restaurant right there. Oh man, you know what? I'm in the art, or I'm in the some type of digital media. Okay, put you a graphic design studio right there. Hey man, I'm in the fashion. Okay, you could design the clothes and you could put your motherfucking your shop right there for people to come in. Like Nipsey had an idea where he was buying this building and he was gonna have creators come in, right? And free of charge. He was gonna set up all the equipment and they was gonna come in, they was gonna do their shit right then and there. Like, just think about that. If he'd have did that and all his homies did that shit and they own that strip and all them businesses and then they getting homies out the hood, like, oh, you just get out of jail, want nobody give you a job, you tired of that shit? Come on, you can work here. Okay, you worked your way up to manager. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And then you teach them and then they go back and they grab the little homies come in the store and they see, oh man, it's OG woo woo.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, it doesn't always have to be monetary. But my thing, like, they out here and they flashing all this money, you know what I'm saying? They talking about everything that they got and everything they done did. Go, like you said, go pull somebody else up. See, I mean, even if you don't physically go out there and be like, all right, look, I'm gonna take you under my wing and show you everything. You create some way to walk people through that same process. Because, I mean, somebody else might come up. I mean, it don't even have to be, you know what I'm saying, the people you closest to. But even, like, just do something to help.
I mean, the problem with that is, though, I feel you, but we don't support our people. We're not like rock star. Like, remember, a rock star could drop a hit. You still got rockers touring from the 60s, the 70s, the 50s. They still selling out arenas. Once our artists get old, we discard them. That's our problem. We can't sit up here and tell them, hey, you know what I'm saying, support the hood, and then we don't support them. Like that's the biggest problem right there. You got to go both ways. So we can't sit there and say, well, we gotta. Well, man, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Then he do it, and then you know what I'm saying, his record sales start falling off because we're not buying his records anymore. Right. He does his tours every once in a while, and we're not going to the tours. He's selling out little clubs instead of selling out, you know what I'm saying, a nice size venue. So that's another thing. But we in the top 10. We back to the top 10.
I'll be right back.
That's another. You know what? That's another thing. Let's do that. That's another thing too. The ability to have people to want to see them.
Hold on.
You got go ahead.
I mean, you can keep.
I mean, because look, the Baby just had to cancel a concert. The Baby sold 500 tickets, man. So. They do always in the middle of something. The loud ass bird. Yes, see what I gotta, y'all see? Y'all see what I gotta do to deal with? But yeah, when it comes to rappers, man, when it comes to celebrities, I think as though we put too much onus on them, like, oh yeah, they gotta help. No, they don't. They gave you your service, you got it. That's it. They don't owe you no autograph, they don't owe you anything. They didn't get there because of you. You helped them, but they didn't get there because of you. Because you weren't the one writing the rhymes, you weren't the one producing the songs, you weren't the one learning the lines, you weren't the one directing, you weren't the one. You ain't the agent. Like, stop thinking that you help these people and you're entitled to something because you spent $20 with them once. Like, that's the part that killed me about us, a lot of y'all. Ah, man, he owe his fans. No, he don't owe his fans. Nobody owe their fans shit. Y'all like their music. You bought their music. They produced a great CD. They gave you what they owe you. They don't owe you shit. Stop being entitled. A lot of y'all want to be entitled. I gotta get this motherfucking umbrella out. As soon as this fool get back, I gotta get this umbrella. God, what the sun just started beaming for no regard. Hey.
Say what?
I'll wait for you to get back. Hold on. I gotta get this umbrella, man. This fucking sun beaming. Hold on.
All right. You have to tell this was kind of an impromptu episode. We were just sitting back talking about that, and we just decided, you know what? It's something we need to talk about. So no, everything's not like it usually is. You know, I'll have something to smoke, maybe something to drink. But it's still a nice warm Tuesday afternoon. Not bad, not bad. Water, people. You gotta stay hydrated. Oh. Now, I know we also do a lot of shows with a lot of guests. If you guys ever have a topic that you want us to talk about, feel free to out in the comments. Who knows? We might pick your topic to talk about next. So we can get this umbrella ready.
Okay, I'm back. All right, so another thing I was gonna say was, you also, it's a little bit. You also got to look at the fact of people wanting to see them. Like I said, the baby just canceled the concert. He sold 500 tickets. Some New Orleans rapper, he only sold 400 tickets. People ain't want to see these, but I ain't gonna even say that. I'm gonna say it's your ability to put on a show. Let me rephrase that. Your ability to put on a show. Busta Rhymes will rock a show, whether it's 200 people or 2,000 or 20,000. Busta gonna give you a show.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dudes out there, and Dipset was exposed in that verses. It's a lot of dudes out there that just want to lip sync. And like Jada said, if that's what you're gonna do, we could have bought the album for that. We want to hear you perform. Ain't nobody come here to, like, you ain't got to be good at live shows, but you got to give the people something.
But you know that becomes a problem with too much technology. Because a lot of these dudes, they go out here and they rap in the studio, but it's different when you live. Because you don't have that same equipment. You know what I'm saying? You don't have time to alter your voice. You know what I'm saying? Like to mess with the vocals and stuff like that. So when you're doing, people actually listening to you sing. And a lot of people just can't do it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I would also think, like I said, like you said, the impact and influence. Like, you got to look. Pac and Big still influencing people now. They still influence people. There's people still out there. Let me tell you how, and this is gonna make me sound old, but fuck it, I'm gonna put it out there. I saw this post for these millennials. It's called Rap Something. I gotta look it up to see what it's called. It's called Rap Something. They had a picture of Gravy. That's the dude that played Big. That's his rap name, because a lot of people don't know he was actually a fucking rapper. But he played Big. Actually, he killed his career playing Big, actually, because he hasn't been able to do shit since then. He can't shake the Big moniker. But yeah, so they posted a picture of him on one of the movie scenes, and he was in the studio. And you know, most of these motherfuckers was like, the greatest of all time. Man, look at Big. That's my boy. Look, out of 100 people, I think it was only me and like 5 other people was like, y'all do know that ain't Big, right? I'm like, that's Gravy, man. How you gonna post a picture up of a man in a movie talking about Big in the studio? That wasn't Big in the studio. Y'all motherfuckers don't even know who the fuck these people are. Y'all just know the name. And that's nothing. Motherfucker might not know how they look, but they know the name.
Yeah.
Like his motherfuckers, you remember Pac took thousands of albums. Pac took thousands of pictures. He's one of the most photographed men in the world. These kids are seeing the old pictures like, man, I think Tupac alive. Look, he's still look what he rocking. Like, nah, dude, y'all don't invent shit. We keep telling y'all that shit we used to do. And we
Like,
took that from our OGs.
I'll say a lot of they just all recycled. You know what I'm saying? It ain't shit new.
We took that from our OGs and flipped it. That skinny pants shit, that was the 80s. So
if you let them tell it, man, this is all new. This is all them. They started it all. Shit. The world didn't exist until they created it.
But yeah, that's my thing, man. Like I said, I just like, and while y'all out there, if y'all could comment and let us know. We always like to interact with fans and people that watch. What is your definition of a legendary MC? And I think that's one of my definitions. Like I said, we gotta. I wish Ken was here so he could actually do the graphics, but impact, longevity. I don't even mean you gotta be in the game long. You can be in the game a shorter time is big, but long as your shit carry on.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's like you gotta be able. People gotta be able to remember the music.
Yeah. Your ability to write your own rhymes. Let me put that in there. If you do not write your own shit, you are not a legend. Kanye is a legendary producer. I can't give him the rapper because he don't write all his shit.
See, I mean, I kind of go 50-50 with Kanye because he does write some of it. So the thing is, Kanye can.
I know, but for me to for me to call you legendary, it can't. I gotta know 100%. Like, that man.
With Kanye, the other thing with Kanye, there's a lot of artists that people don't realize is they may not write, which is kind of weird. They may not write their own songs, but they write a lot of songs for other people.
I know he has written songs for Drake and all them. I'll give him that.
A song by a specific artist, and you'll think, artists wrote that. No, they didn't.
We're not talking about the greatest ghostwriter. I'm talking about to be a legendary MC, man.
I don't really count the writing. And the only reason I don't really count the writing is because sometimes it's easier to write for someone else than to write for yourself.
And therein lies the problem. Because
with you, like, you're so critical of your own work. Because, like, you write something, it might be the dopest shit in the world. Like, that song is going to be there. It's going to be around for millennia. But in your mind, when you hear yourself singing this song or rapping this song, you like, I just really don't feel that for me. Like, I don't feel like this fits my style. I don't feel like this is what I need. So you wind up giving that song to somebody else. Like, I mean, you talk about greatest R&B singers, right? Obviously, Michael Jackson's in there.
But see, that's the thing. R&B is different. You can have somebody,
and how that motherfucker
different
people. Like, he wrote for a lot of people.
That's different, because with R&B, it's about you got to be able to sing. Rappers, all the rapper has is his words and a beat. He doesn't even do the beat most of the time. So you have to have your words, and your words have to be dope. So for me to say this dude is just he that motherfucker, look, you gotta write. I'm gonna say at least 70% of your shit. Now, if you got people that help you, like, nah, man, put this line there, put that line there, I'm not gonna be mad at you. But yeah, that's why I would never put Drake. And then a lot of people gonna get mad. Watch the Drake stands get mad. I would never put Drake in the greatest. I guess you get. He's a great performer. Okay,
he's a great
legend. He has legendary songs, but I can't give him that because a lot of them songs he didn't write.
Like, I mean, it's been exposed that, like, Drake has taken entire songs And you know, it's like release them, and then people be like, "Oh man, damn, that's the greatest Drake song ever." Like it's a great song, but it's not a Drake song.
Shout out to Rapping Forte.
Like Drake didn't write that. Like it's not the same thing.
Oh yeah, it was great when I was a kid and somebody and Rapping Forte rapped it. It's really great then. Yeah, I see what y'all get. I see how y'all come up with that. We liked it too when it came out.
I'm not taking anything away from the artists who do it, but I mean, this is kind of like if you can take somebody else's song. My belief is if you can take somebody else's song, redo that song, and the song still sounds good, then you can do your own original shit.
And let me just say this. Let me say again, it's different in R. It's different in R&B because that the Girl Is Mine and that Come Together that Michael Jackson did of the Beatles. That shit sounded way better than the Beatles.
That shit right there, boy.
He put the season salt on that shit, boy. That shit ain't had no season salt. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, I agree with you, man. Look, you can't. Like I said, all you got in rap is a beat and your words. And don't make your words, then I can't put you on that list.
And I mean, for me, I won't say writing raps is easy. It's not easy when you're trying to think of things. But really, it's poems. And that's the difference between some of these rappers. Like, when you have people who are telling their story, right? Then it's going to come easy to you because you're telling your own story. You just find words to put to this story. You know, so, and that's a little bit different than when you have people that are basically, for a lack of a better way of saying it, trying to make shit up, create a song. So like if you're telling your story, if you're telling an actual story, the words will flow. The words will come to you. But if you trying to just like generate something out of thin air, or you trying to make something, you know what I'm saying, seem better than it was or worse than it was, then you're gonna have a hard time because it's not true. So now you trying to think of ways to lie to the people. And it's harder to come up with a lie than it is to tell the truth.
Oh no, it's easy to come up with a lie. It's just hard to remember that lie.
Nah. It's hard. It's much harder to come up with a lie than it is to tell the truth.
I will look you in your eyes and tell you the most beautiful line you ever heard in your fucking life. And after I'm done drinking this, I need you to ask me what the fuck was that lie again, and I'm not gonna remember it. It takes more effort to lie.
Nah, it definitely takes more effort.
It takes a lot of effort because you got to remember who you told, what you said. You got to remember the details and shit. It's like listening. It's like I'm gonna give you something. It's like Lil Wayne. So because Lil Wayne don't write, he just spits the shit and he walks out. And sometimes he forget the shit. I remember I was looking at this video and they was rapping one of his songs back to him. And he's like, "Damn." He said, "Who said that?" He said, "You said that." He's like, "I did." He's like, "Well, shit, you told me, so yeah, I guess I did." and that in itself could be a problem. Like, luckily, Hove has a memory; he can remember all this shit. But could you imagine that? Like, you can only remember the song while it's there, like while it's on the chart. You remember the song, then years from now, you can't remember it.
Yeah,
but it's a smash. It's a smash. Eventually, we're gonna put together a list for you guys of our favorite 25 favorite. Eventually, but because we do cover hip hop. But yeah, I just where was we at? We writing your own shit. Yeah, definitely writing your own shit.
Yeah.
And the respect of your peers, man. That's nothing you gotta have. It's a lot of rappers. Like, everybody gives Jay-Z his props. They give Nas his props. They giving them their flowers now. Big, Pac, Pun, like they're getting their flowers. It's, they're gone, but they're getting their flowers. If you don't have at least, because I ain't gonna say everybody gonna respect you. There's always some hating motherfuckers. I think you should at least get about 70% of respect from your peers. And the ones that don't respect you, we gotta know it's because they hate.
Yeah, they had their reasons.
Like even
reasons, but
like even when we talked about classics, I think the game has 3 classic albums. I wouldn't put the game in my top 10 though.
See, if we talk about rap, I think I might. He'd probably be at number 10.
All right, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna do top 20 one of these days. So we're gonna write a list. The game, and I'm gonna tell you what, I do wanna. I heard a couple songs off the new one, and it's dope, but I just don't have the time or the desire to sit there and listen to 30 songs from the game.
You know, that's changed over the years because you remember albums weren't that long before. You know,
albums still ain't that long. What are you talking about? They gotten shorter.
You might get like 10 on there. You know what I'm saying? That's about it.
They got shorter. Motherfuckers giving us 7. You got 10 at about maybe 45 to an hour. They give you 7 and 30.
I mean, but see, then too, the songs have gotten shorter. Like these rap songs have gotten.
That's what I'm saying. It's gotten shorter. They can give you 12 and it still won't equal the time of a 10 and 90.
That's because they don't have shit to talk about. So they get like 1 or 2 lines and then they're done. And if you listen to most of the newer rap songs, song is like you can literally listen to the whole song in the first verse and then you're done. Because after that, they just repeat themselves.
I just don't know if I could listen to 30 songs from the game, though.
Bro, I fucks with the game.
I do too, but I don't know if I can listen to 30 songs. Not at this point in his career.
I could definitely listen to 30.
I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna get my life together.
I ain't saying I'm gonna listen.
Dedicate.
But I might be able to do about 10 and then take a break. You know what I'm saying? Listen to 10 more.
I'm gonna dedicate at least Saturday morning to listen to. I'm gonna try to bang out 15. At least listen to half of it.
And I mean, you know me.
I like that song he got with Big Sean. That shit dope.
You know me, I do most of my listening on my way to work. So, you know, I'll probably get about 3 or 4 in on the way to work. Maybe about another 3 or 4 in on the way home, and then the next night. So you figure with 30, it'd probably take me about a week to listen to that whole album. You know, I mean, if it's good enough, if it's some tracks on there that catch me, I might listen to it when I get home. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I'm laying down, relaxing or something like that, I might turn it on. Maybe if I'm just like up playing the game, or like if I'm just out right now, like I am right now, and I'm just up and relaxing, I might turn it on. But, you know, like I said, once again, that goes back to me being old. I actually don't listen to a lot of these new rappers.
I played the game been out since 2000. We was listening to the game together.
No, I ain't saying the game. I'm just like a lot of these new rappers I don't really listen to.
Shout out to Lil Dicky.
I generally
white boy in the game.
I'll say I generally don't listen to anybody with little in their name.
No, Lil Dicky go hard.
I usually don't.
Lil Dicky go hard and he can rap.
No, I've heard Lil Dicky. Like Lil Dicky shit cool. I mean, you have anomalies like that.
I mean, you listen to Lil Wayne? You listen to Lil Kim?
Actually, no, I don't.
You don't listen to Lil Wayne or Kim? You was listening to Kim back in the day. Don't you lie and say you were listening to Kim.
Back in the day, yeah. No, when they first came out when I was younger, yes, I did. I listened to Lil Wayne and Lil Kim. I don't listen to them.
And man, you was sitting there to my song. We was like, flip, game over. Come on, man, quit it, man.
Hey, that 4-leaf clover.
Okay, you know we was listening to that shit. All right, man. Let's. Goddamn flies. I think that fly used the N-word or something. Racist mother. All right, look. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up, y'all. It's been a pleasure. It's been fun, man. We are gonna come up with a list one of these days. And that's another episode in can. So, as always, I'm your local hero, reminding you to blow your smoke like a goddamn gentleman. We out.
Hey.